and I've been delivered more than 20 training programs so far. That's a quick info about myself. And let me start the demo session for the day. Please let me know. I'm sharing my screen. One of you can let me know. By the way, before I start, am I audible clearly, or any noise or any disturbs during
It's good. It's good.
So I started sharing my screen. Please let me know. Just give me a minute, please. Sorry. Okay. Is my screen sharing to everyone? Just want to confirm, please.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, cool. So for the demo prospect, I have prepared a small PPT specific to what exactly is ICM, what is the dynamics, and how we are going to, what are the things we are going to talk in this session. Let me start with the first slide. This is a demo training session and introduction to the D365 F&O and SCM. So the very first question is, what is the D365 and F1? What we are going to discuss, and I'm gonna give brief about what exactly is the D365 and what is the purpose of D365, where we going to use and how we are going to use, and why only D365. How we know that we have a current different types of ERPs available in the markets, but why only D365 specific to D365, and what is the course brief, what are the course structure, and what are the things, what are the contents are we going to cover in this part of this program, what are the roles available by learning this course. However, it's a general question that I understand everyone has a question that what am I going to perform after learning this course, and what kind of opportunities are available, and how long is the course duration. So apart from this, I will be discussing a bit more as well. Let me continue with this. Any disturbance, or am I clear so far? Just wanted to confirm, please.
Yes, Manish, you're clear actually. Your voice is
Okay.
clear. There is no
Yeah.
disturbance. You can please go ahead.
Thank you, Sowrya. Okay. So the very first thing, what is a D365 FNO? Dynamics 365 is an ERP application where ERP stands as a enterprise resource planning. So it is, see, FMO stands finance and operations. Let me discuss bit brief about the finance and operations, but before that, I will let me introduce about the Dynamics 365 ERP. So ERP itself is used in a large scale of industries where a large scale of business in the sales. See, for example, if I take as a Lenskart, so they have the manufacturing, and they have the sales, and they have the promotions, as well as they buy the raw products from the different vendors, right? So ERP itself is a helping businesses to smoothen their operations and maintain a transparency, see, to understand what exactly happening in the businesses. For example, I have purchased $100,000 of material today from a specific vendor, meaning that I will be recording the transaction in the ERP, that's in the D365. We have a different setups available in the D65, which we are going to discuss in the later point. But to understand it better, that these are the things. See, we every action, whatever the actions we are going to perform, we will be recorded in the ERP, meaning that we can understand what exactly has happened in a specific time and a specific period, what amount of things have done. We can record each and every moment of the action specific to business operations. Okay, so that is what is the ERP helps to smoothen the business operations to a specific businesses. If I talk about the FNO, we have the different operations available. Let me talk about the finance, marketing, retail, field service, human resource, customer insight, sales, customer service, project service, and supply chain management. However, we will be discussing more and deep down into supply chain management, because these courses specific to the supply chain management. So what is the purpose of D365? See, I can see I have made a notes. Dynamics is help companies to facilitate business relationship with the customers, prospects, and team members. It includes a collection of cloud apps to help manage variety of business, from sales operations to accounting. Meaning that, a, for example, I have purchased $100,000 of material today from a specific vendor, meaning that I will be recording the transaction in the ERP, that's in the D365. We have a different setups available in the D65. But to understand it better, that these are the things. See, every action, whatever the actions we are going to perform, we will be recorded in the ERP. if I'm having a business, if I have a new business, I wanted to opt D365. I have a n number of operations. I have to perform n number of operations, meaning that I have to perform HR, I have to perform my sales, I have to perform my accountings. All those things will be managed by D365. So where, as I told before, that every action, whatever the action which will be recorded in the D365 for the future use and maintain a transparency in the business. So there are a couple of benefits which are going to get by using the D365, which I have mentioned. It is a cloud-based application, very first thing, and integrates with the Microsoft products, other products, and allows to Outlook for communications to communicate with the clients or to communicate with any vendors or specific to business requirement. We can communicate by using the Outlook. And see, to give any brief about this, for example, if I talk about the sales demo, for example, so where we use the BI as a data analytics and SharePoint for the document, we can share the documents by using the SharePoint, and allows the required business customization. See, for example, if I am having a business, I want to unfortunately, if I don't have the feature available in Dynamics, which is not supported, for example, if that is the case, where Dynamics is the flexible that you can the application is allows the customization depends on the business requirements. See, for example, if A is my requirement, but unfortunately if it is not available in the Dynamics, meaning that I can request that A should be available for my business, so that the required team will set up the A as a customization into your application, where you can perform whatever the required actions by using that A customization. So that is what is the meaning of the customization. I hope I'm clear for this. And MS allows monthly subscriptions as per the business scalability. Let me talk about the monthly subscriptions and scalability. See, for example, every business has a different unique sales operations as well as a different profitable margins, right? See, for example, if I'm having a 12 hours business, for example, whereas MS is allowing the subscription depends on the scalability of the business. Okay, so that is what is the monthly subscription, as well as it depends on the scalability. For example, if my production, if my team is working only 12 hours or maybe 18 hours, it depends on the business requirement that MS is allowing the scalability. Depends on the scalability up or scalability down, depends on that. And MS is one application where users can find everything specific to their business operations, meaning that, as I mentioned, from scratch to end, whatever the transactions, whatever the actions we have performed, we can record it in the Dynamics itself, and we can use whenever it is required. So that is what is the understanding of that. Let me go to the next slide. Why only D365? Why not other applications available in the market? This is a general question that we have, since we have the a competitive market and competitive ERP applications available in the markets. Why only Dynamics 365? Let me take and brief about the D365 regarding the why only D365. See, the flexibilities that Dynamics is allowing is, as I told, that customizations offering and the user friendly interface and the features, whatever the required features. See, for example, if I'm opting the Dynamics for my business, but imagine that my requirement is A, and I opted a Dynamics 365 and I'm doing my business by using the Dynamics 365. And by my later point of time, maybe after 6 months or 1 year, if I want to customize something, but unfortunately, if the application is not supporting, then it's quite tough to manage the operations, because it's my requirement. That's a business requirement, right? So that's the one flexibility that Dynamics is offering. And apart from that, I can talk about the price when compared to other markets. And we have the other competitors like Oracle or SAP. I have a quick slideshow regarding the difference between a SAP and D365, where we can see that what is the comparisons. SAP and Microsoft, the very first thing, functionality and ease of use is standard for standardized features, but with complicated UI is for SAP. Many flexible features with a user-friendly and web-based UI. So as I told, it's a user-friendly UI, and we can easily understand. I don't understand and the options, what are the features which are available in the Dynamics. By going forward, you can understand, because we will be deep down into the features and the application, what exactly is the use and what are the things we can configure, what are the things we can produce for the businesses. And cost and pricing, as discussed, it is a code based for the SAP, and for Microsoft it starts from $8 for monthly, and one-time payments also code based. It's a two multiple options. Integrations, integrated with most third party and SAP applications, and performs best when integrated with other Microsoft apps. Third-party integrations are limited, but there are a couple of examples which mentioned. And customer service. Of course, every application has its customer support, but it doesn't mean that having a customer support is itself is a great. But how the support is provided to the customers is important. So we all know that how better and transparent support will given from the Microsoft. So it is a fully trained support which will be provided from Microsoft for the clients. Okay, what are the roles available by learning this course? It's a general question, I can say. Yeah, we have learned the course and what exactly is happening after completion of those course. So we have two different set of fields. In like other fields, we do have the different designation. One is a functional and one is a technical. So let me give a high level brief about the technical as well as the functional. So functional meaning that you're going to work with the client as a function, the specific to configuration setups in the applications, and depends. We can we can see by next slide. I mean, sorry, in the next couple of minutes. And technical, nothing but it's a developing. So programming will be involved in the part of the technical. Okay, what is the course brief? So we are going to cover the SCM. SCM stands for the supply chain management part on the D365 application, where we will be covering the below modules, namely. It's not limited. Yes, we do cover with the other modules as well. It depends on the requirements, depends on the business scenarios. As I said, that Dynamics has a huge scenarios with a huge modules. Depends on it's meaning that their aim is to cover whole operations in one application. That is what is meant to be Dynamics 365. So, but in this course that we are covering these modules, we have mentioned modules, not with the limited, but yes. If I talk about the product information management, product procurement, and yeah.
Sorry, you are sharing your screen, huh?
Yes, I am sharing.
But like I can't see your screen. That's why.
Is it for everyone, Sowrya? Are you able to see anyone having issues with my screen?
No. Prakhar, could you please rejoin the session so everyone is able to see the screen actually?
Sure.
Yeah, we are able.
Yeah, you can drop off and you
Wait
can
for a
rejoin.
minute.
Prakhar.
Yeah.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, Mahesh, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah. So these are the modules. It's not limited. However, we will be discussing more and we will be deep down into the modules and what exactly is the product information management and procurement and sourcing, sales and marketing and inventory management. Okay. So any questions so far specific to the slides, please. Happy to answer.
Mahesh, it will be good that if you can open that Excel sheet and if you can able to a detailed discussion about in each and every module, like what kind of component we are be discussing, right?
Yeah,
so that everyone will be like have a good understanding.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for that. Okay. So this is the course content that which we are going to cover. It's not limited. However, as I told earlier, that yes, these are the course content. As I said, that we are going to cover these modules. So as I said, product information management, procurement and sourcing, sales and marketing, and inventory management. We have, see, these are the supply chain management, procurement, sourcing, sales and marketing, and product information management, and warehouse and management modules. So these are the overview of the course. By going forward, we will be covering organization administration, other major prerequisites, meaning that, see, how an organization will behave and how we set up the organization, configure the organization in the D365, which we are going to cover. And specific to product information module, we are going to cover all these topics. And this is the inventory management setup. I will go through each and every topic deep down into each and every topic, and I'll be covering more about the inventory management as well and purchase orders. This is a procurement and sourcing, and this is a sales and marketing. And these are the different journals that which are available in the inventory. Namely, said, see, for example, if I'm having a huge warehouse where I receive the stock and I send the stocks, right, where we using the in generals. I will give the brief about the generals, what is the general and how are we going to configure the generals, all those things in the inventory when we are discussing about the inventory management. and these all belongs to inventory management. This is the procurement and sourcing, and this is the inventory management. So yeah, these are the course content which we are going to cover. As I said, it's not limited. Yes, by going forward, if it is required for anything, then I will be adding more as well. Yeah. Okay, so as I said that, as I told that I'm going to be deeper about and giving the brief about these modules, right? So let me take an example in this case. Okay, see, imagine that I have a business. I can say in a real time, it's a lens cut is a business. For example, if I take a lens cut, so let me give a bit brief about the lens cut. Okay, so lens cut is, it's specific to spectacles, right? So nowadays, most of them are using the lens card to buy the spectacle, require the spectacles, because they have a n number of styles and n number of variety of the prices available, right, when compared to other competitors. However, that's a ease of delivery. For example, if I talk about that, they have a stores outlets, and they do have the e-commerce, meaning that we can buy it from maybe Flipkart or Amazon, or else their own website, right? They have their own set of production where they produce their materials. They do buy the required raw materials to produce a final product. See, for example, I want to produce a spectacles, for example. To produce a spectacles, that I need a raw materials. See, for example, if I want to take a glass frame, for example, I might buy from some vendor, meaning that I might buy from vendor from here. And once I finish the good, meaning that once the spectacles is finished, I'm not going to keep with me itself, right? I'm going to sell it for the customers. Customers meaning that we are the customers, live customers, right? So this is a different set of, or different set of hierarchy as well. See, if I talk about their operations, for example, they do have the finance, they do have the HR, they do have the sales, and they do have the they do have the procurement, right? See, for example, A is a lens cut. Okay, I'm going to buy a required raw materials from, for example, I can say Shell, for example. Okay, see, all the raw materials are purchased from this vendor, and a final good has finished, for example. Okay, see, once the final good is finished, then I'm going to keep it in the retail stores, or else maybe I can place it in the online for customers, correct? Where I have to set up organization. I have to set up the lens cut as an organization in Dynamics 365. Okay. If that is the case, for example, it's not like just we are going to add the data manually, right? Yes, we do add the data manually, but however, we have a different configurations to be set up in the Dynamics. And see, for example, let me, as I discussed about the function roles, right? Let me discuss about these roles and applicate to this lens card. Okay, for example, functional. Okay, see, I'm talking about the functional consultant. Okay, see, as I said that lens cut has a n number of goods, right? See, for example, spectacles maybe with a different size, the glass size will be different, the style will be different, the frame size will be different, right? Where we set up, configure all items, available items. I can say products. See, for example, if I'm having a 1,000 products for the lens card, for example, and I have to configure those 1,000 products in the Dynamics 365, right? Where we use the product information management to configure to configure the items, whatever the items we are available, and whatever the items which we bought. Okay, so those the items we will be capturing set up in the product information management module, where as a functional consultant we will be configuring these products. Okay, and see, for example, maybe if the lens card wants to buy some raw materials from a different vendor, for example. Okay, see, without having a vendor details, for example, if I talk about, see, for example, as I said, Shell is a vendor, right? But I know that Shell is a vendor, but to perform a transaction, to maintain a transparency, for example, see, it's not like a just one time buy, right? So I might buy for next 5 years with a n number of products, for example, raw materials, for example. But imagine that to maintain those data as a manual, it's not that easy, right? But we can configure the vendor details. For example, what is the vendor, where is the address, and what kind of business are they doing, and what kind of delivery options are they available. So these are the things specific to vendor management. We will be configure all the vendor data and or purchased items and purchased information specific to those vendors. It's not like a one vendor, we may have hundreds of vendors, right? So all the vendor data will be configured by using the procurement and sourcing module. Okay, once it is done, procurement purchase is done, final goods is finished, then we are going to sell, right? But before we going to sell, we will be keep those items in the inventory, meaning we will be see, for example, if I produced 100,000 items, meaning I'm not going to sell it in one day, right? I might sell 20,000 maybe tomorrow, maybe 5,000 day after tomorrow, meaning the rest of the stock should be stored in somewhere. I can say it's a warehouse, right? So to store those items and to maintain the transparency, to maintain what exactly the items are, we are going to store in which location and which shelves, all those things data, which will be stored by using the inventory management. Okay. See, for example, I have stored 100,000 products. Okay. And I'm going to sell only 40,000 products tomorrow, meaning that I have to detect 40,000 from inventory, and I'm going to sell for a specific customer. For example, we is a customer. I've sold 40,000. Okay, the rest will be 60,000, right? So all these data, the transaction, inbound or outbound or in receiving and sending items from inventory, we are going to capture all in the inventory. And whatever the sales transactions we are going to perform, which will be captured or configured in the sales and sales and marketing modules. Okay, you may get a doubt that okay, as you said, the functional consultant will be performed and configured all these modules. Yes, correct, but it's not like that. We are not going to configuring all the data as an individual. We have a different set of teams, and we have a different. See, for example, if I talk about the functional, see, for example, I might be assigned with the product information management and procurement zoning, meaning that I might configure the required products as well as purchased. Maybe I might be assigned to only sales. It's general happen. It's a happening. See, for example, if I assign to sales and marketing, meaning that you going to perform the required setup actions as well as the configuration specific to sales and marketing. And if it is an inventory, for example, so there are a n number of features available, a n number of scenarios available to perform to set up specific to the business requirement. So these are the modules and these are the roles that you are going to perform. This is the functional consultant. Okay. However, as I said that, see, to perform a business, we need to have the accounts, right? Required accounts. See, for example, buying account for the purchase account, and once we bought from the vendor, we need to deduct the amount from a specific account, right? See, for example, A is a purchase account and B is the sell account, meaning that A amount is deducting from A, meaning that we have maintained a specific account for A for the purchase, and B that we sold the item, meaning that we are going to receive the amount from the customer, right? Adding the amount and deducting the amount. So it's two different accounts, right? Isn't it? And we do have the different set of teams. For example, HR, human resource. Maybe we have a different set of hierarchy. I'm not going to confuse or complicate you, but I'm just giving the brief about the how the organization will functionality will work. See, they have a different set of teams as a functional, as well as a technical, as well as the HR, or even we have a different teams with a different hierarchy, with a different permission. See, for example, if I am a manager and if other person is a supervisor, I'm having a different level of permissions to perform an action, and the supervisor has a different level of permissions to perform an action. So these will be those are will be performed by the admin department, which we are not going to bother about it. But however, we just need to know that what are the exactly that permissions we are going to assign. That assigned to the specific person. Okay. Uh, any questions so far, please?
So Mahesh, hello.
Hi. Yeah.
It's audible, right?
Yeah, you're audible. Your good
So
name,
can
please?
yeah, can you please brief? My name is Vaibhav.
Yeah, Vaibhav.
Vaibhav.
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, Miss, can you please brief, Miss, what all are the key responsibilities of functional consultant? Miss, from where his role gets started and where it is ended.
Yeah, sure. See, as I said, that see, it's a difference. See, for example, okay, imagine that I'm having a business. Lenskart is a business. They might be dealing with the other ERP, for example. Okay, and they wanted to switch to a ERP to Dynamics 365, for example. Okay, where implementation will be in part of this. That meaning that whatever the existing data in the old ERP, that's a legacy system, we are going to migrate those data into our Dynamics 365, where implementation team will be involved as part of the migrating the data. Okay, and see, as I said that, see, for example, if you are assigned to or allocated to a product information management, okay, you're going to receive the data, whatever the products they are going to, whatever the products is available, and you are going to configure. See, for example, if Lenscat has shared the required raw data as Excel, then which you are going to perform. See, meaning that you are going to register or configure all the items into the product information management. If someone is allocated to a procurement and sourcing, for example, they whatever the purchase related transactions has been done specific to Lenscard, which they are going to configure, and same like vice versa for the sales and inventory. And we do have the support as well. Okay, support comes into the picture once the product is on live. Okay,
Okay.
see, for example, Lenscard is already operating live. So for example, if they have the if they have an issue with a specific scenario, for example, where the support team will be involved and they will be resolved. If that is not resolved by the functional, then it will go to the technical, meaning that might be some deployment error or might be some technical errors happen to the live production, where those teams will be involved and they will be resolved those things. If it is specific to the functional, the support team will be involved and support team will be resolve those issues. It's specific to application related as business process related, which are required for the client. For example, those where we work with the client and we help them in to resolve those issues. Am I clear, Vaibhav, or any questions
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far?
Yeah, it's clear, it's clear.
Okay. Anyone has any questions, please? Okay, silence. Okay, cool. I understand. No questions. Thank you. Okay, so okay. See, as I told, the technical, right? So technical will be a program. There will be programming is involved, where the programming will occur. So it's a different concept. But as anyhow, I mentioned what are the roles available. And apart from the functional, we have the finance consultant as well, and retail. Okay, we don't need to have a knowledge much deep into the finance, but we need to have a minimum basic knowledge about the finance. See, for example, as I said earlier, that a account will be used for the purchase, right? Goods, purchasing the goods. Which account are we using? what are the transactions happened. As a SCM consultant, we need to understand which account has been used. Okay, and for the customers, we sold the item, we received the amount. What kind of accounts? What are the account? What are the accounts we used, and what are the amounts we received? So those will be required to understand what kind of accounts. And retail is a different module. I don't want to go into deeper about the retail, which is not part of this demo, as well as not part of SCM. Yeah. Okay. Let me take one example. I'm just taking a process. I'm going to give bit brief about the process. How, as Viber was that, what are the what kind of roles we perform. We follow the standard procedure. I mean, I can say it's a process, right? Every business has a process, and every set of application has a process, where we use, in general, out of 100, more than 90% of the organizations are following the agile process. See, for example, we as a team, SCM team, along with the functional, retail, technical team, will take the requirements first from the client. Okay, first is the requirement gathering. We take the requirements, then we understand the requirements and we do our analysis. Once it is done, we will be capturing in a document where we call as FDD. Okay, once it is done, then we will be approaching to the client, taking the required approval. Once it is approved, then we will be going into the development, where the development team will be prepare a document. Once it is prepared, then it will be up, they will take a necessary approvals from the clients. Once it is approved, then the development will be start. After that, the application will be where migration team, whatever the required data will be, they migrate. Once it is done, then once all setup is done, then we as a SCM consultant, we going to perform quick walkthrough, as well as whatever the required configurations to be set up, it will be done. Once it is done, then we will deploy the same build, whatever the testing, whatever the data which were available in the standard, and whatever the data which is available in the testing, we will deploy into the UAT, which is the customer accessible environment, where we will be going to work with the client, along with the client. And if they require any kind of help specific to business scenarios, we are going to work and we are going to help them and understand them better. Then once it is approved, then it will be going into the live. After live, if any support is required, then functional support team will be involved as part of the support. Then that will be the end of after the support, after the live. If they want any kind of customizations, again, if the client is request any kind of customization, again it will start from the requirement gathering. This is what is the process about.
So Mahesh, Vaibhav here.
Yeah.
So where is gap fit analysis comes into picture? Means right after gathering the requirement, technical and functional team will decide what exactly is mapping correctly with the ERP and which requirement is not mapping. Where that section comes into picture, means after gathering the requirement or before scoping our development area. Where actually?
No. See, for example, we have done the requirement gathering, right? So once the requirement gathering done, and we have made the document, made the document, we have prepared the documents, and we have approved the documents with the vendor. From the client. Once it is done, we have we have transferred to the the technical team will be involved, and technical team will develop the required set of configurations. Once it is deployed to UAT, if the client wants to do some update, to do some customization, for example, if he's not agreed, or if he wants to do some change, where the FDD will be part of that. And as I said, FDD, once we prepare the FDD, we will take the necessary permissions, and the testing team will be involved part of that. Once it is FDD is finalized, and once the FDD is configured in the system, then the testing will be part of that. And once it is tested, then it will be moving to the UAT again. So once UAT is performed, client will be checked, and he will provide the final conclusion, whether he wants to proceed or he wants to do some other change, CCR, maybe corrective change request can be done. So that's where is the FDD involved.
Okay. No. Where actually I was confused. Suppose we gather the requirement. Okay, there are 5 requirements. Okay, only 5 requirements is there. 4 requirements are exactly matching with the standard flow of which is given by Microsoft. We can say.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Exactly matching 4 scenarios. Fifth scenarios is little bit different, which is not there in standard ERP, standard D365, whatever it is, written order, sales order, whatever. Okay. Little deviation is there in fifth scenario. Okay, so that means fifth scenario is not matching with the standard ERP workflow, we can say. Okay, so that means for fifth scenario we do require customization, right? Whatever it is, little or more. So is that gap we can say, or this is not the case?
See, I completely agree. But in a general scenario, that we are not going to suggest direct customization. Okay, we will try to give the alternate options. See, for example, as you said, correct. So
yes,
the first priority should be the alternate. If at all client is not satisfied, if he is decided that he wants to go for the customization, where FTD will be part and the gap fit will be involved, and there we prepare the FTD. Once prepared, then required permissions will be taken, then it will be going into the developments, where it's that's where is the FTD involved.
Correct. Got it.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thanks for question.
Yeah, Mesh, let me take over.
Yeah.
Guys, see, whatever the things we are exploring, right? This each and every component we will be executing in the real-time system. It's not like just theoretically we'll be explaining. So we will try to make you understand theoretically without knowing the concept. If you're configuring the system, if you're executing, there is no use for it. So we'll be taking as a live project, like as a lens card or any project. Then we'll be as a SCM functional consultant. What is your role? Where you're going to start your activity, right? We'll be starting from the each and every role. That means it's not like the only 4 modules we are going to discuss, which is relevant to the SCM module. Like there is an organization administration where you need to go to verify some setups, you need to configure something, where we need to go for the system administration, where you need to go for the users and other activity. So we'll be covering for the relevant information from other modules also. So the course content we are providing, it's not the fixed one. So going further, if there are any changes, we can able to update that latest features or any something also. The major intention for this training program, whoever is already having the exposure under the D365 with other modules, they wanted to explore, then it will be good for that. The person who doesn't know about the D365, for those people also will be considering as in same level. It's not that if you already know something and we'll be executing from in faster manner. No, there is no such cases. Every people whoever is part of this training program will be treating as a fresher only. We'll be explaining from basics and intermediate level as well as to the advanced level. Theoretically first explain concept, will make you understand, then we can configure in the setups in the application level in the live system. It's not that we will be executing separately and we'll be showing as recording sessions also in front of you. We'll be creating configuration, then we will execute also each and everything, what input we are giving and what is the output we are going to get from the application side, right? So today we have just given some demo, like you should understand about what is our agenda for this training program. After completion of this training program, you should be able to perform as a SCM functional consultant. As Mahesh has mentioned, it's not that only one functional consultant can able to complete your total ERP application, D365 application. So there are multiple functional consultants also will be involved, like a finance, retail, HR and payroll, manufacturing, right? So as part of the SCM functional consultant, we are dedicatedly working for as a SCM functional consultant. That's what we are displaying the course content also. So this is a course content. We are majorly learning from this course training program level. It's an in detail level. So each and every day will be, or can say, we'll be executing the setups and we'll be setting the application level and we'll executing. At the same time, we'll be assigning some tasks also. Suppose if I'm creating one product, as a product as a one product and product master is a one product and service product is a one product, then we will be assigning as a you try to create in your system. If you don't have the environment access, we can provide the environment access. So when you start practicing from day-to-day basis, right, then you will get some hands-on experience. That's the major here. When you practice, you will getting the real-time exposure. It's not that if you're going company, then only you will do that. No, you start from day one onwards. You start executing this activity. Whatever the things trainer is executing, the same thing you try to execute in your system. So then only you will get to know the real-time process. So if you are getting some issues, if you are getting some error, then we can discuss into that training program level. It's not that we will be discussing only from the content. If you are getting an issue, we can help you to fix that issues. So we'll be providing as an live sessions. We'll be providing as an recording videos also. These recording videos will be lifetime access for you. The next one is an software provision. If anyone wanted to do the practice, if you don't have the environment, so you need to go for that Microsoft subscription. So there is an every month paid version. Instead of that, we can give us a virtual VM. There's a VM versions as well as to the OS. If you don't have that 8 GB RAM, if you have the less than 8 GB RAM, right, we can able to provide you the OS installation also. If you have that minimum of 12 to 16 GB RAM, then we can provide as an VMs. We will providing as a standard Microsoft documents, PPTs. We'll be sharing some interview questions. We'll be helping about the resume preparation part, right? If anyone wanted, if you are anyone interested to do the MB330 as a Microsoft certification program, we can help you about the dumps also. If you need any support, then we can able to give it for the Microsoft certification also. We'll be connecting. If anyone is ready to they wanted to give us an interview. If you need any support for the mock interview, conducting the mock interview, we can able to help you over the mock interview purposes also. Then the last point is in job references. We have tied with some companies who is completed the training program, right? We can able to give us a job reference, including of all the component only we are charging. There is no separate cost for each and every component, right? So apart from this component, right, we will be providing as a course completion certificate also. So it will be like you can project to any company saying that you have completed training program with the Sowrya-Software solution with this duration from this particular trainer. We can able to give this course completion certificate also. So whatever the things we are explaining, right, each and everything will be considering as a real-time project. We'll be executing going further. If anyone having any questions, if you need any information, additional information, you can contact me separately also so that I can able to help you out. Okay, what is your expectation? Right, whatever the things we see, the demo agenda is we wanted to execute what is our agenda. So with this training program, we are going to achieve this one. Whether it is meeting your requirements or not, if you can let us know, right? We can, if anything need to add or if anything need to be additional only. It's not that removing the points. We will be adding only points only from the existing course content one. There is no remove from this existing one. That's it, guys. If anyone having any questions or any information you needed, right, you can contact me separately also. I can just text you my WhatsApp number, or I can just text my email ID also. You can contact me. Any doubts related to your any component, right, I can able to help you out. Guys, if anyone having any questions, we'll just take it up. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. It's already.
Okay, Sowrya, as of now is going good.
Sure. I'll try to share this recording video also. Go through that one more time. If you have any open questions, right, you can contact me separately. I'll let you know about when we are going to start this training session and what is the time slot also. We can discuss separately one to one.
Going forward, we need to learn more things here. I think so.
Yes, that's what I'm told, right? See, what are the course content we have shown? Apart from that, we have some additional component also. We didn't add it as of now, but we will be going to add it. There is a vendor collaboration is there. There are some other features also is there. Data management framework, which is helpful for your real-time projects.
Yeah.
So
So now what Mahesh is told as similar to right? SAP MM.
Yes, material management. Yes,
Yeah,
you can compare with this SAP. It's an MM. If you are comparing with the Oracle, it is an HSC.
Oh, okay.
The process is any ERP dear. The process is same only, purchasing, sales, and managing your inventory. But the look and feel and the functionality and how you are configuring, how you are using, how you are customizing only application to application is different.
Yeah.
But overall process is same only. You are comparing the SAP MM and Oracle SCM, or like Salesforce, or if you can compare with this Microsoft Navision, other applications also.
Thank you, Sowrya.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, open questions, right? It's not that you have to contact here only. You can contact me separately also. We can discuss it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.